What is good, Straw Hat Crew, and welcome back to another video. Y'all already know it's a banger. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alrighty, and for today we have the Hodgetwins regret doing this to Druski. I don't know what the fuck the Hodgetwins are still doing it. I don't know what the fuck they're still doing on YouTube, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. At a certain point, their content was decent. I never really watched it too much, but then they started getting to the whole, y'all know, the whole manosphere of what's the best way to put it? The coon territory. That's what I wanna say. But just in a different manosphere of YouTube. Let's go with that, just to try to be nice. Druski hasn't really done anything recently. I know I'm yapping a little bit, but I'm just trying to get this off. Druski hasn't really done anything recently except for that mega church skit. And here's my take on the mega church skit, because I haven't even made a video on it. I probably should, but I just haven't made one. But I do not think that it was a skit to try to belittle God or put God down or, you know what I'm saying, make fun of God or any way to think like that. I think it was a skit to open people's eyes up to what pastors they're choosing to follow and what these pastors are choosing to preach. Like, it's like, do you really think that doing this whole circus performance on the stage is required? If you want a good example, and I'll say this, and I mean this, 100%. If he turns out to be one of them, then I guess, hey, I was wrong. But I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. The only, like, a good example of a mega church pastor that is a good pastor and doesn't do all the theatrics and all the extra bullshit is Pastor Anthony Mitchell, bro. That's one of the best mega church pastors out, bro. Hands down. And, you know what I'm saying? I think they just called out a lot of people and a lot of people got mad. Let's go ahead and get into it, yo.
Last week, Druski released his mega church skit, which got a lot of us talking, and many people made commentary about it on social media. And an interesting duo decided to weigh in on it as well. The Hodgetwins. The Hodgetwins are no...
Man, who even gives a fuck what these niggas got to say, bro? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I do not care what... These niggas are almost up there. These niggas are dead ass up here on this channel with terms of niggas that Corey don't fuck with as much as fucking, what's his bitch ass name? Myron fucking Gaines, bro. Myron fucking Gaines. These niggas are almost up there. And not gonna lie, Myron's right here. Fresh is right here, bro. Fresh is right here, bro. Because that nigga is a lame.
Strange to black culture. After all, they do identify as being black. And number two, well, they always have something negative to say.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't want to live in the United States of America if it's not majority white. Once it becomes majority non-white, it's gonna be a much different country. It's gonna be a much different country.
Anything to do?
You know what I think? I think the country would run so much better if everybody was just mixed race. Like everybody was just mixed with just everything, bruh. Just the country would just, like, the world would be better, bruh. There wouldn't be no reason for the racism if everybody was mixed. Well, there'd probably still be a way for there to be racist. No, but you're mixed with that and that, so like I'm definitely better than you, bro. I'm gonna be because human beings just can't fucking help themselves, bro. But I feel like it would be better.
With black culture, the Hodgetwins typically have something pejorative or negative to say about it. And that brings me to the title of the video that they made. It wasn't just Druski mocks mega churches in new skit. What they put was something way more drastic. Black people pissed after Druski mocks mega churches in new skit.
Like, bro, like it wasn't just it wasn't. You know what? I don't even. Like, that's why I'm saying when it comes to I don't give a fuck what they saying, bro, because they just be talking.
Now, I reviewed this on my channel and so many people did also. And this was interesting because Druski did not get a lot of criticism from this skit from the black community. Sure, there were some who did, but it was not many. When I tried to look for people who were against Druski, I had a hard time finding it, but this was not the case with the Hodge twins.
Conservatives like the Hodge twins are literally walking heavy on the. And at this point, I am thoroughly convinced that they all suffer from like Stockholm syndrome, because it's the only reasonable explanation that I have for like a black person who lives in a society that further perpetuates anti-blackness and racism, taking on the talking points of the oppressor group to appease them.
And the Hodge twins would then respond.
My focus is, hey, I know this is all that. I know this is all that going on, but who gives a fuck about all that? Hey, just push that to the side over there. Yeah, just move that over there. I'm focused on what I got going over here. As long as I build up right here, this shit ain't gonna affect me. That's how I'm moving. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it's, but you should still be. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I don't care about none of that oppression shit. I don't care about none of that black oppression shit. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. All I know is that I'm about to do this, and hey, whatever. If I get pulled, if it takes me longer to do it because I'm getting pulled down, so what? It takes me longer to do it. It is what it is. I don't care, bro. I don't care. I think that's a good mentality to have.
To this,
I don't care.
He was mocking
The pastors.
Yeah, what they be saying in church is crazy.
He was mocking the pimps in the pulpit. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
The sketch is focused around him.
Yeah. It's not on God, Jesus Christ.
Christianity, no.
Not on scripture.
It's funny how people she's probably just a hater.
Yeah, she's a hater.
To be fair, this was the criticism of many people that supported the Druski skit. And then there was another guy.
If he had any respect for the name of Jesus, he would not be saying the things he would have been saying in the video. And I couldn't even watch the video. To be honest, I get angry. I get pissed off. Like, I love God so much.
Bro, there's niggas that are doing that, though. There's niggas that are living that and are doing that lifestyle. The motherfucking smoke coming out the thing and, yeah, wow. All right, so who's ready to get in the word? Like, bro, there's niggas that are doing that. Motherfucking fireworks shooting off the stage and, bro. But that don't get you mad. That don't get you mad, though. Just when somebody makes a skit about some people doing that gets you mad. But whenever somebody asks, a pastor actually genuinely trying to talk about the Father, genuinely trying to teach people, but doing all this extra theatrics, that don't get you mad, though. Got you. No, I understand that. I got you. I understand you. Got you.
And I love the Bible of anything. I love God so much. I love the Bible so much. I love Jesus so much. And anybody making fun of that I'm turning away.
Making fun of the pastors that are literally turning the fucking religion into a mockery and a fucking piggy bank system. That's what he's making fun of. But no, I understand what you're saying. 100%. No, yeah, 100%.
And then they would also respond to him.
Yeah, that's who he's making fun of.
Yeah.
Where's your videos mocking that kind of stuff?
Yeah, the fake churches. The people that's there just to make $1 off of you.
Yeah.
Again, like 99% of the people responded in the same way that the Hodge twins did. I saw it for myself. But the problem is not how black people responded. The problem is how the Hodge twins tried to market it. They put black people are pissed after Druski mocks mega churches in the new skit.
It wasn't like there. I'm sure there was some black people. I'm sure there was white people, Mexican people, Asian people. Like there wasn't just a whole fucking just plethora of people that were pissed about it. There's just black people though. Come on, Hodge. That's why Hodge twins, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Which is completely a lie. Black people were not pissed at all. In fact, black people were saying this.
See, the only ones that's getting mad at what Druski did is the ones that attend churches like this and the ones that run churches like this.
Talk to him.
And me personally, I've been tired of the theatrics that a lot of mega churches and smaller churches do.
Black people also said this.
Let me start by saying that skit was so on point that for a second, I actually thought I was tuned into Transformation Church. And then I realized that I wasn't. But anybody that is, feeling outraged or feeling a type of way about the skit.
That's because that's what church y'all niggas go to. That's what y'all be doing. Y'all be up there doing the jumping around and doing a bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit, bro. Bunch of shit that takes away from the whole point of what you trying to teach. They gonna go in there. The message for the day gonna be talking about how you should give up your earthly possessions so you can get to heaven, and they gonna talk about at the end of the sermon, it's gonna be a whole collection plate filled with 10,000 racks in it. Man, I'm not trying to hear that.
There were many other videos made on TikTok, like 1,000 or 2,000 videos,
racks, 10 racks,
that agreed with everything that I'm saying.
Racks.
But this is the issue with the Hodge twins. You see, the Hodge twins have to make black people, especially black Americans, look bad, because the Hodge twins has an agenda with their content. You see, in order for them to make their content strategy work, black people have to be all corrupt, lazy, violent, and everything that they do has to fit that narrative, even if it's just not true. The Hodge twins have to paint to their audience, especially white people, that black people just don't care about what's going on in their community. They want to lie, they want to steal from each other, and they want to be corrupt, because that's how they have to make their money. When in fact, it's not the case.
That shit is so crazy to me. Whenever you're like a racist YouTuber and you're like, here's what I'm gonna say. It's crazy to me when you're a racist YouTuber and you're also the race that you're being racist towards, but then you're looking in your comments and it's literally people talking about your race in a disrespectful way, and you're just like, fuck yeah, sounds about right, yeah, that's them, yep, fuck. It's just always crazy to me. I've never been I genuinely don't even care about race. I think race is a stupid concept. Like a black and white thing or an Asian thing, I think it's a really stupid concept. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be niggas that feel a certain way that they have a certain skin color. Whether it be the whites that think that because they're white, they're just more superior and they're just more pure, or whether it be the blacks that think because they're black that they're melanated queens and kings and they deserve, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be whatever, it's always going to be somebody thinking somebody is less than them because of this and that. So at one point you just gotta be like, fuck it, bro, we ball.
Many black people who are upset about how the black church takes advantage of the black community, how the black church takes advantage of black women, all of the thieving, all of the adultery in the church. I mean, black people call out the problems in the black community more than anybody. It's not something that is swept underneath the rug. Now, in my grandmother's time, in the 50s and 60s, that might have been the case where people just swept things underneath the rug, especially in the black community. That isn't the case now. Corruption, lying, stealing, using God's name in vain, is something that is ultimately called out even on social media. So the Hodge twins are saying that black people are pissed off that Druski is mocking the church, when in reality, many black people are happy that Druski is doing this. Black people are applauding Druski. Black people are
because the people that are in these churches need to get out of there so they can really get fed with the word and not these fucking theatrics, these motherfucking performances that they got going on. So that they can the people that go to these type of church, dead asses go to this church to just have something to do on Sunday, just to say, yeah, I went to church on Sunday. That's why these niggas go to churches like this, not to actually learn the word, but to just be like, yeah, I went to church this Sunday, I got the word in this Sunday.
Joyous that Druski would mock the church and put this social experiment out there, because it really shows what is going on in the church, and it's really putting a mirror to the face of the church. And that leads me to another point. Black conservatives are typically out of touch with the black community. And when you see a title like this, you understand one thing. Black conservatives, number one, don't know the black community like they say they do. And number two, they're out of touch. If you were in touch with the black community, you would understand how most black people feel about black churches, that many black people have lost faith in these institutions, especially black men. But then also the second thing is that many black conservatives are extremely biased towards the black community. And this is
why, I mean, that's their whole, they have to be. They can't live any other way.
Why, when you look at people like the Hodge twins and black people who think like them, it's not uncommon to find these particular blacks in interracial relationships or in interracial marriages or having the.
Hey, bro. Hey, watch out with that shit, bro. Watch out, bro. Just because I like everything does not. Watch out, bro. Watch out.
Nothing but pejorative things to say, but these same black conservatives are painting the black community to be negative to their white audience, but they want to have a voice in the black community simply because they are black. So when you say that they are bootlickers or selling out, they're going to come back to that framework and say, oh, you just don't want to give us a chance. You don't want to hear us out. You know, this is wrong with you blacks. You don't want to hear the truth from black conservatives. When in fact, you can't hear the truth from somebody who is not really invested in the community and doesn't understand.
And they're not spitting the truth. They're not spitting no truth. There's no truth to that. There's no truth to what they're spitting. Blacks are angry. Like, bro, no, they're just not. They're just not, bro. They're just not. I haven't seen one video of somebody just being, on my TikTok, one video of somebody just being very angry at what Druski's doing. I haven't.
Where the community is. I've been overseas, haven't been home for almost 3 or 4 years. But the temperature has always kind of been the same in the last 20 or 25 years towards mega church preachers. I mean, a lot of people have problems with their pastors driving Hummers, driving big time cars, stealing the money from the churches, or, you know, misappropriating funds and not investing in the community that these churches are from. You see it almost.
Right. That's how a mega church should be. If a mega church is making like crazy buku money, it shouldn't go to the pastor or to the worker. It should go, the workers should get their compensation that they always been getting since the time the church has been founded. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's enough to get by in life, you know, I don't want them to just be out here just poor and just starving and stuff. But as long as it's enough to get by in life, and then the money that they make more than that should go back to the community or back into the church. That's how a church should be. Simple as that. It's simple as that, man.
Every big city, mega churches in Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles, right in the dead smack of many black communities where you don't see these churches doing enough uplifting in the community, doing a lot of investment in the community. Sure, they may do a food drive here or there, but the truth remains, the pastor is getting the bulk of the money, or at least that's what it looks like, and he's driving in a luxury automobile. Where he lives at is nowhere near the black community. He's living an opulent lifestyle, when many of those members in these same communities are in complete poverty. They're not doing well at all. And at the same time, the pastor is demanding that they give more money despite the fact that these members are poor. Now, it does happen that some people do believe that Druski is mocking God. But to be honest, this was not very many people. In my honest estimation, it was less than 5%. 95% of the people were happy with Druski, not pissed off. When you look at people like the Hodgetwins, they just completely showed themselves more and more each day. And this is exactly why black people dislike them. And to be honest, this is the reason why many whites can dislike them. And the reason why many whites will dislike somebody like the Hodgetwins is because ultimately you cannot trust them. Anybody willing to just paint a narrative that doesn't really exist is not to be trusted. And in other groups know this. You know, a lot of times when you're around people, even if you like them or you smile on their face, secretly you could be sizing those people up. Something that men do all the time, and people do it all the time too. We want to.
Yeah, come on, that's just like a basic human thing. Niggas smile on niggas' face and hate them every day. There's some niggas that can't do that, but there's a lot of niggas that can.
See, if you are going to stand up in the correct way. If we see you doing too much to paint something negative that really isn't, if you're trying to sell an agenda, well, what most people are going to do is they're probably not going to say anything about it, but secretly they are going to probably figure out that, you know what, if they would do that to this group, then they would do it to me, okay? And so the Hodgetwins, you might be grifting and making your money now, but it will come a time where, you know, people are just not going to have any use for you, because outside of just making up things that don't exist, and especially alienating your own community for somebody else, especially when you have the rise of, you know, racist whites like Nick Fuentes and things like that, well, then what are you going to do when that time comes? Because Druski did not do this video to piss off black people. He did this video to expose black churches. And so,
I think he did it to expose mega churches, which a lot of them do happen to be black owned. So there's that. But yeah, that's what I also agree. I think he did this to expose mega churches, because mega churches are sometimes inherently evil, like genuinely evil. They're literally taking the
Fuentes and things like that. Well, then what are you going to do when that time comes? Because Druski did not do this video to piss off black people. He did this video to expose black churches. And so you're going to your white...
No, facts, literally. Like, bro, you got these churches using God's imagery to convince his children, the children of God, that they should be giving more money to him because they think that he's a righteous man of God. That is the most heinous shit ever, bro. That is the most heinous shit ever. You got ushers talking about some close the doors. Close the doors. Hey, until this collection tray get full, the doors are staying closed. When Jesus gave sermons, they didn't have to bring nothing. Not even food. It was provided for them. Like, it's just like when Jesus needed to heal somebody, there was no money needed. It was just faith. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand where this transactional thing comes from, honestly. I really don't. Like, I understand it's to help support the church and things like that. That's fine. But as far as when it gets to, like, a whole new level, that's when I'm like, yeah, God, that's one of those.
The audience, as if people are mad at Druski when they're not. Then you come back around and then you always give unfair takes to black people, which means that if whites were to trust you, you would do the same thing to them. And ultimately, this is why a lot of these guys get dropped, and once they do, they become stateless. They can't go anywhere. You know, they can't go to the black community. They can't get accepted back to the white community because you can't trust people who just flat out lie. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Oshie.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I keep running out of disk space. But with that being said, yeah, no, the Hodgetwins are fucking morons. Like, bro, they're just dumbasses. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
She call me Luda, bitch, I roll out with my shooters. She wanna